8.10 is on sewage treatment. The first step in sewage treatment, so by the way, this is wastewater, so not just, when you flush the toilet, but any water that is removed from your home. So the first step is to just filter it out. Filter out any objects that may have gotten into the water, any stones or sticks, anything like that. So they do this with screens and grates, and then they'll put it through a sedimentation tank where they just let the water sit very, very still to allow heavier things to sink to the bottom, any fats or oils to float to the top. Then it goes through secondary treatment, which uses microbes and another sedimentation tank to get out even smaller things. Those microbes will start to break things down. They'll aerate the tank to help them do their thing. And then we take out all that stuff and we'll send it to a digester. So we can use that as an energy source. We can use it for fertilizer. And then once that water is, it goes to that secondary clarifier, which is another sedimentation tank. Sometimes we'll take it to tertiary treatment. So this depends. Some wastewater treatment plants have this, other ones don't. But it's basically like a super, super filter. It can get out nutrients and any other small, small things that may have been missed in primary and secondary treatment. Like I said, it's not in every wastewater treatment plant, but it is beneficial if they do have one. Once it goes through all that treatment, it'll go through disinfection. So they'll use chlorine or ozone or UV light to kill bacteria. And then once it's disinfected, then it's just discharged into a local water source. This shows the whole process if you want to pause it and kind of go through a little bit more. But again, the big things to know is the first step is to filter out all the big stuff and then let it set. And then use microbes to get out, to break down organic matter and let it set again. And then sometimes they'll treat it further based on the wastewater treatment plant and based on the city resources and funds. Then they'll disinfect it and then it goes back to the water cycle and then one day it might come back. You never know. A couple things I want to mention that without tertiary treatment, it can lead to nutrient pollution. So nutrient pollution is how we get algae blooms and culture eutrophication. So if they have tertiary treatment, it can take those nitrates and phosphates out, but if not, it can become a problem. And even in places that do have a tertiary treatment process in place, it can still be an issue with septic tanks because they don't necessarily have the same filtration as city plants would. Another issue with wastewater is there aren't a lot of wastewater treatment plants, at least not that I could find, that are designed to remove pharmaceuticals. And they can get into the water, therefore, because they bypass all those filtration systems, and that affects the development, health, and behaviors of aquatic organisms. So that's, it's bad, obviously.